going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to focus on moving clips around inside of the timeline in the best and most time-efficient way. So let's get started. I'm going to head over to the tool section and make sure I have the basic selection tool clicked, which I do. And it's also keyboard shortcut V, so if you're anywhere and you want to change it here, you can always click V. So we have that. Now the most obvious and basic way is, let's just say we want to put this yellow clip right here, and we want to put it in between these two clips. So you can obviously just highlight and lasso all of them. Grab it, grab the yellow clip out, bring it, then highlight and lasso all of them, bringing them back in, grab the remaining ones, grab that back in. But you can tell that's too many steps. It's just going to waste so much time. And it's okay for one or two clips, but just think about doing it over and over and over when your timeline's full of 80 clips. It's going to take a long time. So another way to do it that's going to be much quicker, I'm going to undo all this, put it back. Or we can click on this, move it over, and you'll notice that the icon is changed to where it has an arrow going down, which means it's going to drop it in there. And if you just let it go, it's going to leave the gap there, nothing's going to move, and it's just going to override whatever's underneath that. So that's not what we're trying to do, but that does come in handy when you're trying to cover up a track. I'm going to show you another alternative to that. If you highlight the yellow and you bring it over here, hold down the command key, you'll notice it'll change it to see the little blue arrow pointing to the right. Then you see this white line going all the way up and down the entire timeline track, north and south, and you have all the arrows pointing to the right. That means no matter how many items you have on that track, everything's going to be pushed down and this one little yellow clip will be placed in there. So I'm going to let go. So it didn't cover up this green, it pushed everything down. Because of the little white, remember the little white strip that had all the arrows all the way down? It was letting you know that every single track is going to be pushed down and then put the yellow one in place. But then you still have a little bit of gap there. You can obviously just grab and snap it back into place. Now if you want to do it where you don't have a gap and it does it all in one clean swoop, I'm going to undo it again. Now grab the yellow clip, head over to the same exact place, click command, and then you're going to see the blue arrow doing the same thing. It's going to show how it's going to push everything to the right, and in addition push the option button. And you notice the icon changes. It turns that little blue arrow, and it also adds this kind of little J hook down at the bottom, which lets you know that it's going to throw the rest of the timeline back into place. So I'm going to let go of my mouse right now, and you'll notice how it literally moved the yellow clip from here, didn't override any of this footage, and then just move the entire clip back into place. So I'm going to undo that and show you again. So I'm going to grab the yellow, bring it over here to the place you want it, click command, and that's going to change it to that first initial step, and then also add the option button. You'll notice it'll change the icon. I'm going to let go, and it completely swaps. Now remember, the command and the option keys are for Mac. If you're working on a PC, the PC version of command is control, and the PC version of option is alt. So if you're working on a PC, you do Control-Alt and then let it go. But I'm working on a Mac, so I'm going to stick with the command option. And you can see how that saved me so many steps than breaking each piece apart and moving them. Now, when you have, like I said, I only have 8 or so clips in here, but when you have 30 or 40, it's so far down the timeline you're working here and you want to say move something and you want to just grab it. Yes, I can highlight the ones here, no problem. But if I'm zoomed in and there's, 65 clips here to the right, if I grab these two and move them, it's going to cover up this, or it's going to affect my timeline down the road. The tool is just amazing. If you want to open up the gap in here and move everything that's to the east downstream on the timeline, head over here to the toolbar and you're going to see track select forward. Click on it, and the other keyboard shortcut is A, and you notice it changes my mouse to, instead of that little selection tool arrow, to 2 arrows to the right. So this is a fantastic tool. So if you just click this, anything from this point to the right, it'll move. So then you can add something here or manipulate if you want to shorten this or do any sort of work here. Now if you notice, if I zoomed in, it grabbed everything here. So now if I want to move that entire section back, I can grab it here and it just moves it together. Anywhere you select to the right of these 2 arrows, it'll move everything in front of that in one swoop. So say I'm right here, and I want to move everything forward, I can move something forward. So it's very helpful, especially when you have a lot of clips on the timeline, and you're deep into it like this. and you don't know exactly where you are in the timeline, you can just grab this, move it, and you know that it didn't step on anything down here. It just moved them as a whole together. So instead of having to like zoom out, lasso everything, move it over, and then come back in and zoom back in to see where you are, you can just grab that tool and just know that everything going forward is moving with you. And even that gap, it moves at the same distance, exactly the way it is. It'll just move the entirety. So that's a very helpful tool. I hope this tutorial helped you learn how to move clips around in a time-efficient way to be able to speed up your edit and save you time down the road, which equates to more time to make more projects. And the more you do these steps, the faster you're going to be, and you're going to breeze through your edits. Well, if you learned anything from this video, please hit the like button. And if you want to see more videos learning how to edit in Adobe Premiere Pro, hit the subscribe button. I will be adding more videos on a regular basis. Anyway, thank you very much for your time and have a great day. Later.